Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tuesday, April 23rd, 2019 school committee meeting here at 7 p.m. at the high school. At this time, I'll remind everyone that this meetings are audio and video recorded, and I call this meeting to order. We will start with our introductions to my left.
Robert Mullen.
Julie Wistucci.
Good evening, Mike Moran.
Good evening, Mark Branco, Assistant Superintendent.
Hi, Mike Flanagan, Superintendent.
Anthony Tinarella.
Paul Mitchell.
Amy Pazerski.
Joe Messina, Business Administrator.
Sophia Campbell, Student Representative.
Excellent. If I could ask everyone to please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. At this time, I seek a motion to suspend our regular scheduled meeting and open a public hearing on our fiscal year 20 budget.
That motion.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries 600. See no comments or questions or guests this evening. We will close our regular scheduled meeting, so if I get a motion.
Budget is, what's the?
We're going to vote that.
We will vote on that later in our agenda. At this time, it's just the public hearing portion.
Feedback from the community would be
Correct.
this opportunity.
Yes.
Make a motion to close the public hearing?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? That carries 600.
Make a motion to take 10A out of order?
Second that. I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries 600. Clerk Fleming.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As you know, Mr. Guthrie, Ryan Guthrie, left us probably about a month ago or so. So we've been actively seeking a new supervisor of building and grounds. It was a very difficult position to fill after George Triakis left, and we again advertised the position. We were fortunate that we had several candidates. Dr. Branco led a very thorough search, and the committee unanimously recommended Mr. Manny Pina. Manny came back to meet with Joe Messina, myself, and Mr. Triakis for a second interview, and we were extremely impressed by his skill set, his professionalism, and his experience. So Manny is with us tonight. He's actually going to start on Monday, which is great news for us, and it gives us an opportunity to get ahead of some of our summer projects and really start thinking about what that's going to look like. So we thought we'd bring Manny here tonight to introduce himself, tell you a little bit about himself, and then we're going to cut him loose and let him get home to his 4-month-old daughter. So, Manny, the floor is yours.
Perfect. Hello, everyone. So I guess I'll start off originally from Somerville, Mass. Went into the Army, got out of the Army, went into security for a little bit. Became a director of security for the company I was working for about 12 years. Left that, went into custodial and facility maintenance. Previously, I was at BU, Boston University. I oversaw the Agganis Arena for the facilities and the custodial operations side, as well as the fitness and recreation center that's adjacent to the arena. From there, I went on to the Boston Garden. I oversaw housekeeping and the Bull Gang. Bull Gang is the team that oversees conversion, so going from ice to basketball to the parquet floor, or going to concerts. So we would do the conversions. From there, I moved to another company, from which I'm leaving to come into this position, which was also a custodial company. Hearing about this opportunity, it really piqued my interest. I think from what I see, it's a great town. Everyone I've met has been actually better than I could expect. So I'm really looking forward to coming in and starting on Monday.
So Manny's paperwork is in your Google Drive for your review. Mark, you want to talk briefly about the process?
Yeah, so we had members from maintenance and custodial staff, building level administrators from each, and we brought, as Dr. Flanagan said, quite a few candidates in. We vetted through the resumes, narrowed it down. Mandy's resume got him in that pool. We went through 2 or 3 days of interviews, and we went through a nice process of rank order and discussion, and talked about value added when it came to Mandy specifically about not only does he bring that leadership side of the table to this position, but he has the ability to authentically move from person to person in different. We talked about working with the rank and file, working with people on the floor, working with people at the school committee level, and I think he's going to be a really good fit for that. So we're proud to have him on board, and he was fantastic in the interview. And really connected with everybody in the room, which is hard to do in that kind of an interview. So,
Mary already spent a half day in our town last week with George Triakis, and as recently as this morning, George gave him 2 huge thumbs up. So we think that's going to be a great partnership and a great tool or instrument for you to lean on. A great asset, George Triakis. So thank you for coming tonight, and certainly
Yes,
make
thank
any
you.
questions.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
I'll open it up to the rest of the group.
I have no questions, just good luck. I hope you can keep our facilities the way we like to see them, nice and clean and up to date.
Thank you very much.
I
Appreciate
don't know
it.
if there's something that you need or see that we need to address.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service. You previously were in the military. Appreciate that. And I think listening to the feedback on the interview and what your experience is, we're not the garden, but you know, there's names in there. Thank you. Yeah. Congratulations. Good luck.
Thank you.
And we have some pretty big projects hopefully coming up.
Look forward to it.
We're definitely gonna need you for sure. Hopefully with the middle school coming up here shortly.
Right.
So, thank you for coming out this evening. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Larry.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Have a good night. Approval of minutes. I'll seek a motion to approve the April 2nd school committee executive session, policy subcommittee, and superintendent evaluation minutes. The superintendent evaluation minutes were actually March 19th of all 2019.
I'll make that motion.
Could I get a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carries 6-0. Correspondence.
Mr. Chair, 3 items in your drive tonight. One is a communication from MSAA announcing Erin Hughes as Assistant Principal of the Year. I've asked Mrs. Kavanaugh to coordinate with MSAA to talk about what a celebration looks like. Generally, I think it makes sense that, and I think a lot of communities do it this way, they do it in front of the school and the students. So it'd be a nice opportunity to, again, recognize Erin Hughes as the Massachusetts Assistant Principal of the Year. So that's a communication from MSAA. My update on my goals is in the drive for your review. And then we just have a thank you note from Mr. Triakis. The committee, as you know, sent flowers when his mother passed 2 weeks ago. So that's in there for you as well.
All right, very good. Visitors' comments and questions? Seeing none. Subcommittee updates? I don't believe we have any at this time.
Unless you want to do.
Oh, share the success. Sorry,
I
Phil.
forgot.
I couldn't skip right by you.
Alright. Congratulations to the April Students of the Month, Olivia Campbell, John Redmond, Alana Breen, and Amanda Perret. Seems like April was Tyngsborough Travel Month, with the high school going on an international trip to Greece to visit various archaeological sites and participate in other activities. And the annual middle school DC trip also took place this month, with the 8th graders going to the nation's capital, stopping at a variety of government buildings and monuments to learn more about the history of our country. Earlier this month, high school students KJ Moore and Anya Gimos represented Tyngsborough at Student Government Day at the State House. They acted in different government roles to learn more about how our government works at a state level. And the elementary school's STEM club, Little Einsteins, hosted their annual science expo, showcasing projects that students have worked on since the beginning of the year.
Excellent. Thank you. Unfinished business, fiscal year budget, fiscal year 20.
Mr. Chair, we have 2 personnel things I would like to.
You're on fire tonight, Mr. Chair.
The Bruins are on at 7.
You watch it in the corner.
I just keep skipping. You know, we took it out of order, and I'm going out of order.
I'll follow your lead. That's fine.
That's personnel.
So we have just two actions. Don Ryan has vacated his position as STEM teacher. So we'd like to thank Mr. Ryan for his service to the community for the past 15 plus years. We also have noticed a resignation. Mike Joyce, custodian here at the high school, has resigned his position as well. So,
All right. Thank you. Unfinished business, fiscal year 20. But seek a motion to approve the total fiscal year 20 operating budget of $23,257,757, which includes a school committee budget of $20,725,450.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
I feel like we've been discussing it for 4 months.
I think it's a good thing that we've been able to add the full-day kindergarten for the towns.
Agreed.
Continue the offering the same or better services that we've always had.
Does this represent the 2.67%?
It does.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? That carries 600. See if I can do this in order. Second read policies.
We have two second read policies, that were in your Dropbox, or whatever you call it. Number 3.8, institutional self-evaluation, and number 3.9, review of instructional material. And
There are no comments regarding those policies, so I'd like to make a motion to approve policies 3.8 and 3.9 as a second read.
Can I get a second?
a second. Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries 600. Thank you. New business.
10B is the first read, yep.
The first read policy.
Somebody take the gavel away from
I had to read them all.
First read, we have first read on number 3.10. It's in your Dropbox. There was a small additional change on that from last time. So we'd like to call for a first read on that.
Make a motion to accept the changes as policy 310 as a first read. We're just adding the use of the return of the technology to the town owns. It's clear for the employees and school committee members that town technology needs to be returned when their employment term is up.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? That carries 600. Finance, Mr. Messina.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. 10 bill warrants were presented to the school committee tonight. In your drive is the list of the warrant numbers, accounts, and amounts. They have all been returned to me as approved. For signing of payroll, none tonight. We'll do catch up at the May 7th meeting. And also in your drive tonight are the 3 reports that make up the March financial packet. That is your budget as of the end of March, as well as the revolving account report at the end of March and the student activity accounts at the end of March. And I will leave the April 1st enrollment for you.
All right. Elementary school, 815. Middle school, 366. High school, 480. Out of district, 25, for a total of 1,686 students. School committee discussion. We will start. Ms. Fairbanks? Mr. Moore.
Last night, the Capital Asset Committee presented its recommendations to the Board of Selectmen. It was met with overwhelming acceptance. Board of Selectmen had very few questions, but the total amount that they approved last night for capital asset purchases, $387,359, which did not include any borrowing for the town this year. The 3 items, as a reminder for the schools, was the phase 1 of the phones and alarms here on the North Road campus, which was $38,000. The fire panel here at the high school, which was just under $50,000, and the Phase 1 replacement of the roof shingles at the elementary school for $200,000. So all we need right now is approval at town meeting, and we'll be able to move forward with those.
Awesome.
Great.
When is town meeting this year?
21st,
21st?
May 21st.
4 weeks.
At least 4 weeks, yep. We have a meeting on the 7th, the election is the 14th, town meeting is the 21st.
That's all I had.
Awesome. And thank you and Amy for all your work on that.
No,
We appreciate it. Julie?
I'm all set, thank you.
I'm good.
I'm all set, thank you.
I'm all set, sir. Thank you.
All set, thanks.
We're good.
I have to say something. When you come back from vacation, it's like it's nonstop. It's a blur. So please be on the lookout for all the events coming up. Mrs. Fairbanks, we need to get a notification to the committee as to the public events that they may want to attend, celebrations and things like that. So we'll get that out to you by the end of this week. So that's that.
Awesome. And I'm all set. So,
Executive sessions?
We do
we do not have a need for executive session.
motion to adjourn, second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Who made it
That
first?
carries 600.
He made first, I second him.
Thank you and have a good night.